When we talk horses here on the Thoroughbred Digest, we talk about Easy Goer and Sunday Silence and 49er, the horse you rode in the Breeders' Cup, but I'll bet you'll never forget Detective Greer and My Rollin.
Yeah, I don't think, and 2Qs is one I'd rather remember over all those.
Well, let's talk about the first two. It was the Meadowlands last November the 24th. What happened, Julie?
Well, it's kind of one of those things where I thought I could fly and I didn't have wings. No, the horse propped and I went over its head and I landed on my head and my shoulder was dislocated along with my wrist and elbow. And then I was trampled by a horse that was following us, and then there I lay on the track waiting for the ambulance.
And we found out there was bad news, right?
Yes, definitely bad news. I'm no doctor, but when I was laying on the track and my arm was backwards and pointing the other direction, I knew that something was wrong. I didn't have to wait for someone to tell me.
What was the biggest problem, though?
The biggest problem was that the arm didn't heal. There was too much trauma, and the bone was damaged too badly, that they couldn't get it to touch or meet. And if it doesn't touch or meet, the bone ends don't get the message to each other to heal. So I was faced with that problem, and they took bone from my pelvis, and they put it in the middle. And then everything was good, and the operation, the second one, was a success, and that was March 8th.
And the recovery, the recuperation, since then?
Well, the recuperation was easy because I didn't ever get that far backwards. You know, the more fit you stay and the closer you stay to riding, the easier it is to get to that point. And I rode all the time, and I had the equicizer that Frank Lovato designed. You're riding on the horse every day and riding races and wailing on it left-handed and riding, and you're like, wow, I'm riding races. And you can slap a race in the TV, and you can ride the Breeders' Cup or the Derby, and you can just ride along with them.
But in actual race, it was November until this July before you actually came back to the saddle in an actual race. And what was it like the morning that you came back here at Monmouth Park?
Well, the morning, I wasn't that nervous. Cooper said I was a little more talkative than usual.
Your agent?
If you can believe that. He said that I was a little nervous, but it was good kind of nervous energy. And during the race, I was, so many people were so supportive and the fans were so receptive that I was like all choked up in the post-parade and stuff, and they're all going, Julie, Julie. And a plane flew over with, and everybody had like little signs and stuff, and I was just really choked up. It wasn't hard to concentrate on the horse once I got on the backside and there was no people there. But on the front side, I was kind of like, wow, I can't believe all these people are so nice.
And 2Qs was the horse, and it was not enough to come back to the races, but you won the race.
Yes, by very far. I didn't feel like I was in front by that far, though. I was riding her, and they were breathing down my neck. I thought they were, but the announcer said, and 2Qs 5 in front, and I was like, oh no, and I was riding away.
So you're happy to be back?
Oh, yeah, the gate crew just now, I was getting ready to go in the starting gate, and I haven't won a race yet today. I was like last and 5th and 4th and 3rd, and the gate crew, I walked up to him, and I was just smiling. I was sitting there smiling, and he goes, what are you smiling about? He said like that. I said, I don't know. I'm just so happy, I said.
Talking about some losing horses with a winning jockey. Julie Krone, she's back. And we'll be back next week with more horse talk.